Hey guys, welcome to the Kim Iverson Show. Thank you so much for joining me. As you can see, I'm not where I normally am. I'm currently in a hotel room in West Palm Beach, Florida. I flew out here for the VIETMAGA Join to Save America event where I spoke yesterday. It was a really great turnout these last couple of days. Not so great yesterday of a turnout because I think a lot of people were really spooked about what happened to Donald Trump. We're going to talk about the assassination attempt. I'm going to also give you a recap of the event of the VIETMAGA event that I was at this weekend, as well as air for you the speech that I gave. Let's talk about the Trump assassination attempt. I need to give you guys a caveat that I am recording this about 12 hours before you're going to see it. I have to get on a plane and get back to LA, so I won't be able to be in the studio. I won't make it to the studio in time for a show to air. So I'm recording it now. It's very early in the morning for me. It's not as early for these Floridians because they're a couple of hours, 3 hours ahead, but this will air in about 12 hours. So more information might come out between the time I'm recording this and the time that this airs. So bear with me on that a little bit. At this point, they're framing the framing from the mainstream media had been originally, especially from the left-wing mainstream media, CNN and friends, was pretty shameful. They were saying that Trump had fallen at an event. The news organizations that were actually there, and I'm going to play for you a clip that was done by Milk Bar TV. It's a really fantastic. He put together a lot of the different video that's been circulating from different angles and put it together in one and synced it so you can actually watch the event from various angles. And one of those angles happens to be a news organization that was there live on the scene. And they had reported it was shots fired. It was obviously gunshots had gone off. It was obvious that that Trump was potentially hit from that time, in that live moment. And the newscaster there was reporting on that. But yet when the mainstream media picked up the story, they made it sound like he had fallen. They said that they were saying loud noises happened at the rally. They were just not reporting accurately on it. They didn't want, because they knew what exactly this would mean, that an assassination attempt on Trump would definitely propel him in the polls. Another thing to bring up is that a lot of people are then saying that they believe this is a conspiracy, that, well, this is Trump did this, Trump planned it because he got the desired outcome. He's now surging in the polls and he's probably going to win the presidency. So there must be, he must have planned this. I don't know about you, but I can tell you that I don't care if it's the greatest marksman on the planet. I am not going to stage an assassination attempt where the guy shoots my ear. Just nip me in the ear a little bit. Make sure not to blow my head off. That is not an assassination attempt that any reasonable person would coordinate to boost their own, their own chances of winning a presidential election. Could I see that if he had been shot in the chest and and then underneath he's wearing a bulletproof vest, and then it kind of makes it, maybe you could make that sort of claim, but not a guy that's shot in the ear. Some people are saying, well, he wasn't shot in the ear. It was shards of glass from the teleprompters. We didn't see the teleprompters shattering. So there's a lot of theories out there. What we don't know is the motive at this point of the shooter. They're making this sound like this is just a run-of-the-mill school shooter, which, by the way, it's a horrific thing to even say or think about, the fact that there is even such a thing as a run-of-the-mill school shooter. But they're making it sound like this is a run-of-the-mill school shooter. There's just a lot of stuff that doesn't add up. There was, especially when you watch this footage from Milk Bar TV, you'll see that there was a lot of, the authorities were fully aware, and they had a long period of time to neutralize the shooter before he even shot into the crowd. Somebody died. This wasn't just Trump getting nicked in the air. Somebody died. Others are in critical condition. This was very serious. And yet Secret Service, the police, like whoever's in charge of security there, really dropped the ball. Let's go ahead and play this video from Milk Bar TV so you guys can watch for yourself here.
If he was doing his job, I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful place with a gorgeous ocean. The
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down, see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
there he
not
is.
easy. because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher than if it happened. We have the strongest border ever. In recorded history, we're the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring, I try and explain that. Oh, there's a, wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that says,
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
We got breaking news. We got breaking news coming in. Shots fired. Seems to be shots fired at the Trump rally. Is he okay? We need to go live right now. We don't know if President Trump has been shot. We know he hit the ground. We do not know if President Trump has been shot. He's up. He's up. Shots are still continuing to be fired. He's giving a thumbs up, everybody. He's giving a thumbs up. Breaking news right now. This is Vanessa Broussard reporting to you live from Butler, Pennsylvania. We hear shots fired at the rally not 10 to 15 minutes after President Trump arrived. He hit the ground. Unheard of yet if he has been hit by gunfire. Secret Service quickly erupted.
We can see the guy there.
The snipers on the building behind the.
I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
Okay, so as you can see there was a lot of time where people were pointing out the shooter and saying, there he is, there he is. There was several minutes of people pointing that out to law enforcement, and they didn't really do anything about it. So there is a theory out there, one of the conspiracy theories, I suppose, is that this was planned against Trump, that essentially they wanted to take him out. They were allowing for this to happen. This wasn't something that Trump set up. You know, like I said, who sets up a shot in the air when it's that close to the head? But the theory is that Secret Service was in on this other plot to get rid of Trump. And you know what? Listen, it's not a leap to go down. I don't think that's what happened. I think this was just incompetence. But at the same time, maybe it isn't incompetence, considering they've tried to take him out every other possible way that they can. They've done everything they can to try to eliminate Donald Trump, from 2 impeachments to legal, lawsuits, removing him from the ballot. They've done everything. This was really the last possibility of ensuring the man doesn't take over the White House, and that's to off him. So is it possible that there is some deep state conspiracy? Yeah, it is, considering all of the evidence. That's the unfortunate part about this. I do still have a tendency to believe that this was just incompetence, kind of like what we saw. I mean, nothing like what we saw with Uvalde, but it was still, we see how incompetent cops can be and how incompetent security can be. So that's my thinking on it, but that's the information that we have right now. And that footage was really amazing. Milk Bar TV did an amazing job of putting all of those different angles together. I know that there's more video coming out, and people are saying they're going to be doing more of these, syncing them up and seeing the whole assassination attempt at various different angles. I did put a poll up on my Twitter channel. I wanted to know how people, how this affected their view of Donald Trump and whether or not they were not going to vote for him, but now they're going to vote for him. And about 20% of the respondents so far, it's been up for a while, it's been up for a few hours if you want to go to my Twitter account, Kim Iverson Show, and participate in the poll. Most people said they weren't going to vote for him, and they're still not going to vote for him, taking into consideration, that's about 40% in the poll. That takes into consideration that a lot of people who answered that particular answer are foreigners, and they are Canadians, or they're British, or they're from somewhere else in the world. They can't vote, so they checked that box. The options were, you were not going to vote for him, but now you are. You were going to vote for him, you're still going to vote for him. You're not going to vote for him. You were not going to, and you're still not going to, and you were going to, but now you're not going to. Very few people said that they were going to vote for him, but now they're not going to vote for him. That was about 1 to 2% of the poll. 20% though said that they were not going to vote for Donald Trump, and now they are. So this is definitely the clinch in the nomination. And I think that, even myself, I am now very conflicted and almost feel like you just want to stick it to the establishment and vote for Donald Trump. But we'll see. We got a lot of months ahead, and there's a lot of problems. And I have an issue with every single candidate, unfortunately, that's out there, including Jill Stein. I hate the Green Party. I am totally against the Green Party. I think they're an authoritarian nightmare, and I don't want to do anything to boost that party or to make them think that they have a legitimate shot at being a viable third party alternate. So I have a problem with every single candidate that's out there. So we'll see. We've got a few months. Okay. So send me your thoughts on what you think about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. I'd like to hear your theories. Email me, kim@kimiverson.com. Definitely want to hear from you. All right, guys, let me tell you about our great sponsor, Field of Greens. You guys know that I absolutely love this stuff. And I should have packed it. I say this every time I travel. I should have packed it because when you travel, you don't eat well. You're eating junk food. That was me these last few days, and Field of Greens would have given me that. I would have ensured that I had all of my nutrients in my diet while gone. It's tasty. You just mix it in some water, so it's easy to travel with. It's easy to take to work or wherever you're going if you're on the go. And this is going to give you all of the nutrients. It is a fine powder made of all whole organic fruits and vegetables, all the stuff you need in your diet to give you healthy organ function. And it also gives me a really great boost of energy. And I really also like the taste. I prefer the lemon lime. Others like the original. They like to mix it into protein shakes. Others like the berry flavor, but I'm just really partial to lemon lime. But get your Field of Greens. We've got a 15% discount for you on your first order. Just go to fieldofgreens.com, enter the promo code Kim. That's fieldofgreens.com, promo code Kim. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this clip from the full Kim Iverson show. That's right, this is just a clip. If you want the full show, you can go to KimIversonShow.com and you can watch Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for about 1 hour. It's totally free. Check it out, KimIversonShow.com. Thanks for watching.